anything that they're afraid of, anything that they're hopeful for, to come and speak to them, or to demand that the microphone be passed down to the public space as well. So, anybody?
Thank you all for being here. Honduras! Honduras. So the reason why I'm standing out here is because this is something that definitely hits home. This affects me. I'm documented, but most of my family is not documented. And, you know, some of my siblings, they depend on DACA, which is something that they try to take away from them. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people think that, you know, they don't know how much this will affect us, especially the students, because we still depend on our parents. We still depend on their support and their help. Some of us are trying to go to college. It's a little difficult for me to go to college right now because even my parents' legal status, it's really putting a damper on a lot of things and pushing me back on what I want to do. But I am not going to let it hold me back from what I want to do. If something were to happen to my parents, you know, it would affect us, not only in them not being here, but them being over there. Everybody who comes from another country and comes here, they're only looking for a better life. We come here to work. They come here, my parents traveled over here for us to have a good life, because where we're from, it's poor, it's dangerous. You know, all the kids, my family over there, they think that we're living in paradise up here, but we're not. But the only thing that my parents want is for me to become successful and make something out of myself, because unfortunately for them, they're working 3 times as hard to be able to take care of me and help me reach the goals that I want to reach. And this is all for them, and I hope that one day we get to see justice for them, and we can all, they stop seeing us as aliens, because we're not illegal aliens. We're beautiful people, actually. And that's it. That's all.
Hey y'all, I just want to say that I'm honored to be out here marching with y'all and standing up for what is arguably human rights, rights that allow people to live a better life, come and work to make things better. I know as a young person, not just as like a white person, I want to actively work to build a better system that works for everyone. Because right now, we can see with legislators and people working from the top down telling us how to live, it doesn't work. We need to build something better that can show everyone that we can live together, that things are possible to be better, that these things don't have to stay the way they are forever. Like there are things that we can do every day to help people stand in solidarity, like just coming out to these things. So, I mean, it excites me that people are willing to go the extra mile and do these things, because it does take a little bit extra time and effort. But yeah, I want to say that in the future I'll be out here with y'all, and I'll be shouting at the top of my lungs to get the word out there that these things matter. Like, immigrant lives matter, human lives matter, like everyone has a voice, and we need to step up and say, we will not tolerate oppression any longer. We are here, and we will stay here until things change. That's all I have to say.
Yeah!
Okay, well, my name is Sherilyn, and I live in Clarke Central. And I'm here because my dad has been here since he was like 15 years old, running around at the parks just like all my friends do all the time. And he's still undocumented. And every day when I wake up to go to school and I say bye to him, I don't know if I'm going to see him later. Because ICE is working here with the sheriff department now. And I don't know if he could get pulled over and then I'm not going to see him anymore. He's going to get deported. And my dad is like the main person in the house that works. He's the one that brings the money to the house. And if he got deported, what's going to happen? I'm going to be fatherless. My mom could get deported. And I just don't see how that's fair because we're humans too. And I'm lucky enough to be documented, but my parents are. So I just feel like it's not right that the sheriff department wants to work with ICE and my parents could be broken apart, and it just shouldn't be like that. That's all I have to say.
So, in a couple of minutes, what? Okay, cool. Oh yeah, well, that's fine. Thank you. But in a little while, some of the leaders from some of the community or the two student-led organizations are gonna get in the line and say their piece and share their statement. And we're gonna go inside and we're gonna leave the sheriff, as I said before, we're gonna leave him a note. We're gonna leave him the list of demands. So I would say the first demand that we have that we're gonna make of the sheriff is for him to condemn ICE as an institution, to condemn their inhumane practices and their policy. Secondly, I would say that the sheriff needs to admit that the sheriff should not be collaborating with ICE, with an organization that only serves to deport people for no reason other than the fact that they don't have documentation. Pretty sure that was the sheriff. Did I say that? Could be wrong. Okay. So third, I would say that the sheriff needs to be taking active steps towards community policing, towards working with the community, so that we don't have to feel afraid for our moms and dads when they're going to go to work. So that like we don't have to be afraid for being on a public sidewalk, for the fact that like we don't have to be afraid to speak our voice in front of these institutions that make all of these decisions and dictate our lives. We don't have to be afraid of them, but they make us think that we do, and they create these policies that make us feel like we do. So we need to be moving towards policies that are a movement towards granting everyone their rights and freedoms. Does anybody have a song to sing? Does anybody here like singing? I don't have a song either. Yes, please.